life in the red dirt road of Alabama. Please help me welcome Mary Gibbs.
Thank you very much. Although this speech is helping to put me at the zenith of my Toastmasters career, it's not the zenith of my career, period. Madam Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters, and guests, how many of you understand the concept behind the red dirt? My speech title today is about a phenomenal woman from the red dirt of Alabama. Phenomenal is given, it's the highest, it's the best. But the red dirt, the way we get the red dirt is through iron being in the dirt. And when the sediments fall from the air, the rain, they mix with the iron that's already in the dirt, and it causes the red dirt. So other than cotton, corn, peanuts, pecans, and pulp trees where you get the pulp to make paper, other great things come out of Alabama, like this phenomenal woman that I'm going to tell you about today. I'm going to refer to this woman as Ms. Lizzie. And this handsome gentleman that she married, I'm going to refer to as Mr. Isaac. Miss Lizzie was a beautiful woman with long, pretty, wavy hair and a Coca-Cola bottle figure. Now, Mr. Isaac could not resist the beauty of this woman, therefore he asked her mom for her hand in marriage. They got married and lived on a farm, a small farm in Alabama. And to this union was born 7 children. On this small farm in Alabama, just picture this. You've got a pig pen, 2 mules, cows, chicken. The chickens just run rampant on the property. But amazingly enough, the chickens never leave the property. They know this is their home. The house that they lived in had 2 large rooms and a kitchen that was apart from the house and an outhouse as a toilet, a bathroom. In this large house, there were 2 big rooms, and in one room you could fit 4 queen-size beds in the sleeping area. And in the social area, there was a sofa, a bench, 2 chairs, and a fireplace. In the smaller room, there was 2 beds and a cast iron wood-burning stove, wood-burning heater to keep them warm. In the kitchen that was apart from the house was cabinets that were handmade where the dishes are kept. There's a table that has a bench on one side, 2 chairs at the end, and then chairs on the side of the table. And another corner is the ice box, the 2-door ice box that doesn't have any ice unless you put the ice in. So in order to get the ice, they had to literally drive 7 miles to the store to pick up the ice if they needed for a special occasion, unless the ice truck came by where they bought the ice from the ice truck. The children that were born from this union, at any given time, you could hear the laughter and hear the games. A tasket, a green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my fellow on the way. I dropped it. At any given time, you could hear the kids' laughter from playing and just having a good time. The mom had a sister-in-law that was inseparable from her husband. And the reason is because when they were young kids, their parents perished in a house fire. So Mr. Isaac has taken care of his sister ever since. So the sister lived with Miss Lizzie and Mr. Isaac. Mr. Isaac worked at a sawmill, and this is where the pulp is cut from those trees that are grown out of the red dirt of Alabama, and is packaged onto a truck and then hauled off to the paper mill where they make the paper from the pulp from the trees. Miss Lizzie was a stay-home mom, so to speak, where she tended the farm and took care of the kids. And along with her sister-in-law, they provided the provisions for the family. Well, 2 other children perished during infancy. One of the sons perished from a rare disease, and the beautiful young baby died of crib death. So there were 5 kids left to this union. After they had been married for 12 years, Mr. Isaac suffered a tragic injury, which resulted in his death from working at the sawmill. Miss Lizzie yelled out a scream that could be heard throughout the community. Her heart was broken. After the death of Mr. Isaac, Miss Lizzie had to move in with her mom because just working the farm wasn't cutting it to take care of the kids and her live-in sister-in-law. So she moved in with her mom, and at this time her mom had 4 other children at home. The houses back there was huge, and you could fit several beds into any given room. And also in the kitchen, there's an area where you can fit a bed or 2. And on the other side is the kitchen where you have the stove, the table, the cabinets. So Miss Lizzie moved in with her mom. While living with her mom, they picked cotton, they picked up pecans because her mom lived on a sharecropper's farm. But about a year or so later, her mom passed away. In a tragic death, her mom was out gathering wood for the wood-burning stove, and she fell and hit her head on a stump, and she died after that. Having to give up the house from living on the sharecropper's property, Miss Lizzie moved into her own house, and at this point she got a job in Fort Benning, Georgia, as a housekeeper, a domestic engineer. As she was working there, the owners of the house allowed her to bring her kids there to see the air shows from the air troopers in Fort Benning, Georgia. So, to make the long story short, Miss Lizzie had a massive stroke, and the doctor gave her 6 months to live, but Miss Lizzie was fortunate to live for another 6 years, and she passed away in 2006. Miss Lizzie, the phenomenal woman from Georgia, from Alabama, was my mom. Thank you.